This afternoon, see a high around 21. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make the 2024 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 19th through Sunday, January 21st. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the Dylan Blind giveaway, compete in the Big Bucket Monster Shed contest, and try the 3D shoot and more. Buy your tickets at the door at the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 19th through 21st at the San Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln, 84th and Havelock, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 million bracket challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Ever feel judged at the gym?
You don't know how to use the leg curl machine? Are you serious? Is this your first day alive? No, it's okay. I love helping people during their first day on Earth.
At Planet Fitness, get energy without the judgment and join the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Get energized today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through Friday, January 19th. See Home Club for details.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I believe it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I don't know.
It is Tuesday.
Welcome into the Happy Hour. I am Rico, joined by my partner in crime, Austin Orman. Austin, how are you?
Great. Nick's still gone.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm still here.
He can just hang out in Mexico until it gets to 30 degrees and he comes back. Again, welcome into the Happy Hour, brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting. Thank you for everything that they do. You need yourself a great fence? Go on to Empire Fence and Netting. They'll hook you up. They will hook you up. Another cold one in Lincoln, Nebraska. Another cold one around the state and really the entire United States as the cold front moves in from the north. But it will be gone by next week. It's supposed to be, a high of 23 tomorrow. So, we're in a heat wave over the next 2 days, hopefully. But heat wave has hit Lincoln. Oh, well, not a heat wave, but some good news has hit Lincoln, depending on who you are, as the Nebraska Cornhuskers have hired a quarterbacks coach. Mm-hmm. We will get to that later. In this quick first segment, I'm just going to let you guys know what we're going to talk about today. Again, Nebraska lands a quarterback coach. They sent an offer out to a 2025 quarterback in the Pennsylvania area, as that is, Matt Rule's favorite place to go to recruit quarterbacks and just any players, since that's where he's from. And the NFL playoffs. The wild card round has concluded. A couple surprises in terms of scores and victories. And the next round coming up, it's very strange as you get, not strange, it's very fun as you get the Allen Mahomes part 5, 6. I don't know. They seem to meet up in the playoffs every time. The Ravens finally take the field as they will take on the who are they taking on?
Who are they taking on? That's the question.
Oh gosh.
Who they got?
Oh gosh. I know who they're taking on.
You do.
I know this.
Come on, Rico.
Other team. The team that the Bills beat the Steelers.
They beat the Browns.
The Browns. The Texans. There
the
we
Texans.
go. That
Good
game's
job,
gonna be
Rico.
fun. Look, man.
Jay's giving you a look back there.
Yeah, I know he is. Because I already said that if the Texans and the Bills win, I asked him who he's going to root for. He still hasn't given me an answer. He's avoiding the question. You can ask him later today.
I'll make him have an answer.
Yeah, see if you can get an answer out of him. And then in the NFC, we've got the Lions taking on I just did it to myself again. Why did I do this? They're not taking on the Niners, are they?
They're not.
No, the Niners are facing the Bucks.
Lions get another home playoff game.
Are playing.
No, the Niners get the Packers.
Oh, so the Lions get the Bucks.
Lions get the Bucks.
I got it all turned around. Welcome into a sports show where I should know what I'm talking about.
Why start now?
Apparently I don't. It's totally fine. We'll be talking about that NFL playoff talk, quarterback coach, 2025 quarterback. Nebraska sends an offer out. They've got another offer out to a guy in Iowa who's visiting a different school this weekend. And out on, obviously, Stone Saunders, who committed to Kentucky a few months ago, actually. But that guy seemed like he was pretty far in with Nebraska as he took like 4 visits in the span of like a month, but that neither here nor there. But we'll get to all of that coming up in the happy hour. Like I said, we've got to get to a quick break as we just got to make up some breaks. So we will be right back, Austin and myself, right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but it will be very cold. We'll see a high of just 9. Tonight, mainly clear. That cold will stick around, right low around 7. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies to start, becoming partly sunny for the afternoon. See a high around 21. Meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Make the 2024 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 19th through Sunday, January 21st. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the Dylan Blind giveaway, compete in the Big Bucket Monster Shed contest, and try the 3D shoot and more. Buy your tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 19th through 21st at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln, 84th and Havelock, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's Cheese Spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's Cheese Spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's Cheese Spread today at your local grocery store.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 million bracket challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Happy Hour. Rico and Austin bringing you slightly non-informed sport. I don't know, man. I didn't know the matchups. It's fine. I got them down. We're fine. Everything's fine.
We're proud of you.
What I do know is that Nebraska has a new quarterbacks coach, which is very important because you have a 5-star quarterback. Okay, this is something that I want to talk about with everybody, and especially with you, Austin. Do we just go with the higher ranking, the number 1 quarterback in the nation? And do we have to name the site that it's on, or do we just Do we just go, he's the number one quarterback in the nation? Because he's number one in some places. He's number two. He's the number one player. He's the number three player. I don't know what to go with.
I have just taken to saying one of the top quarterback recruits in the nation.
Okay.
Because it's going to be too difficult to specify every time. Like, we know he's good.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we know he's good and we're all on the same page that young man can play some football, just say he's one of the top few quarterback recruits.
He was
in
the number one quarterback at one time, like consensus. And then, things happen. Things changed around. He committed to Nebraska and he dropped a little bit. It just happens. It happens every time, it seems like. You guys can join in, talk 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line, and the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter/X, and Allo Channel 961. But as I said, we're going to get to the quarterbacks coach as Nebraska hires somebody to assist Dylan Raiola in getting to the potential and the skills, getting all of the skills that we have seen through high school and improving those in college. And that guy is Glenn Thomas, former offensive assistant, offensive analyst in Pittsburgh for the Steelers this last season. He's been a lot of places, and he has worked with Matt Rule in the past at two of his stops in Temple and Baylor. But Glenn Thomas, the 46-year-old out of Eastland, Texas, went to Texas Tech for his college career and was a student assistant there from 98 to 2000. Nebraska getting a quarterbacks coach who has been a quarterbacks coach in the past, making the move. Marcus Satterfield is from quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator to tight ends coach and offensive coordinator, which is probably where he was supposed to be when he first got hired. Immediate thoughts on Glenn Thomas?
Yeah, his path is fascinating to me, and not just where he's been, but how he ended up with the jobs that he did, right? So he was an offensive assistant for the Falcons for 4 years, working with Matt Ryan. Kind of a big deal, right?
That's a big
Matt
deal.
Ryan's pretty good quarterback. He was the quarterbacks coach specifically from 2012 to 2014. Again, Matt Ryan. That's a big deal.
Some pretty good seasons in there.
Pretty darn good indeed. So Mike Smith is there. And then after Smith gets fired, Dan Quinn just doesn't keep him around in his tenure in Atlanta. So what happens then? Matt Rule hires him to Temple. He's the quarterbacks coach for 2015, quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator in 2016. He follows Rule to Baylor in that same role. Okay, Matt Rule makes the jump to the NFL, but Glenn Thomas is hired to Memphis for all of 2 months, just as an analyst, senior offensive analyst, so not an on-field coach or anything, under Ryan Silverfield.
That doesn't even show up on his Wikipedia page.
It does not. But it does show up on his Wikipedia page. Danny Langsdorff at UNLV left to take an assistant job at Colorado. So UNLV hires Glenn Thomas away from Memphis after those 2 months. So he goes from UNLV then to Arizona State after Zach Hill was not fired. He resigned from Arizona State, part of the whole Herm Edwards recruiting benefits, whatever
thing.
It sure was. So that's how he ended up at Arizona State. Then from Arizona State, he makes the jump back to the NFL, to the Steelers. And I know I gave him credit for working with Matt Ryan because he was the quarterbacks coach in Atlanta. I'm not going to put the Steelers' offensive struggles and Kenny Pickett's kind of stymied development on him. Maybe that's rose-tinted glasses to some degree.
He wasn't
the designated quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
He wasn't the offensive coordinator, just an offensive assistant. So
I don't even know how much time he would get to work with the quarterbacks as an offensive assistant.
Right.
Plus, you wouldn't have your assistant overruling anything that your quarterbacks coach is trying to tell your quarterbacks, or at least I wouldn't think you would.
Right. And so I looked at his Steelers bio to try to figure out what it was that he was doing. Tells you a lot of nothing. Here's his entire Steelers biography.
Hit me.
Glenn Thomas is in his first season as the Steelers offensive assistant coach in 2023. Thomas brings 20-plus years of college and pro coaching experience to Pittsburgh. Over that time, he has coached some of the game's top players at several different levels, recognizing what it takes to build a productive unit.
That's it?
And bio.
Oh, good for him.
So we have no idea what exactly he did.
He was an offensive assistant, not an analyst.
No,
he assisted. He did not analyze.
Correct. Is there any analysis in assisting?
No, that's what you have the analysts for. They analyze, then they tell you, and you do the assisting.
Okay,
those are the rules. I don't know. That's what the title is.
But it makes sense
to get somebody of this caliber who has worked in the NFL, has worked in college, has worked with your head coach before, knows what he wants, and was a quarterbacks coach with the time that he was working with him. knows probably how he wants his quarterbacks to perform and all of that. And again, with the NFL experience coming in, working with a 5-star quarterback whose end goal would think is getting to the NFL. That's a big get for Nebraska, and it should make a lot of Husker fans feel better because now you have, and this isn't a shot at Satterfield, but you have a quarterbacks coach who has a lot more experience as a quarterbacks coach. I mean, Satterfield, I believe he's been a quarterbacks coach at one of his other stops before, but his specialty and what you've noticed from his other stops is tight ends. Offensive coordinator, tight ends coach. That's where he would thrive. And now moving him back to there, Josh Martin, right?
Yes.
Josh Martin moves back to offensive analyst.
Yes.
Sorry, analyst.
Not leaving,
assistant.
but he is staying on staff
Yes,
as an analyst.
moving down from tight ends coach to offensive analyst. Satterfield taking that tight ends coach. The quarterbacks coach, getting somebody in there who knows what they're doing, who has worked with quarterbacks before, worked through a head coach. That gives me more confidence in this offseason and the hopeful development of Dylan Raiola and Danny Kaelin and whoever else ends up being in that quarterback room.
Because that's the question at the forefront of all this. It's not just who is Glenn Thomas. It's how can Glenn Thomas help improve the Nebraska quarterbacks? He's working with like some of the highest quality clay Nebraska has had to mold at the quarterback position in quite a while. So to me, it's less about Glenn Thomas's resume. It's what are you going to do for Nebraska, right? It's cool that you've worked with Matt Ryan. It's cool that you've been in the NFL. It's nice that, you know how Matt Rule operates and what it is he expects. Go make this young man the number one, prospect in your recruiting class, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, and one that was sought after by other Big Ten and SEC schools. Make those guys compete. Make them better. This year, I don't think we learn a whole lot about Glenn Thomas this coming season. To me, 2025, 2026, when we get to see Raiola, maybe Kaelin in action, how have they developed? What have they added to their game? Have they improved year over year? We haven't seen a lot of improvement from Nebraska quarterbacks year over year, right? We can't see these two guys in this recruiting class plateau. Not this early, not when they're this crucial to what Matt Rule wants to build.
What Nebraska quarterbacks have done in the past have a good first year, have a really good first year, have you excited and looking forward to their development and how they grow as quarterbacks. And you have not seen that in a lot of the quarterbacks that Nebraska has had. So getting a quarterbacks coach in here early, hopefully not having to make many changes, if any, as their careers move on with Nebraska, you would hope that you would see improvement. You would hope that 2025, 2026, that, you get a good year, a good freshman year of Dylan Raiola. You get maybe you see some Daniel Kaelin. I don't think so. And if you do, it probably, depending on how it looks, mop up duty or what have you. And then sophomore year, some more improvement. Junior year is where you should see the biggest improvement, I believe, after getting those 2-3 off seasons of work with your quarterbacks coach, with your offensive coordinator, getting more comfortable with all of the weapons that are going to be surrounding you. That's going to be crucial for Dylan Raiola and for Nebraska as the years go by, because again, with Matt Rule and having such a long contract, 8 years to start off with, he's got a long runway to work with. And now he's got the quarterback that he wants to work with. And depending on how you look at it, he's got the quarterback's coach to improve that quarterback that he wants to work with. And again, moving Satterfield to tight ends coach, hopefully we'll take that tight end room that has, look, there's so many bodies in that tight end room and so much talent or hopeful talent in that tight end room, that getting a guy who is really good at working with tight ends will move them up. Maybe you see a better version of Thomas Fidone as the year goes on. But now my question, because it's something that we were all wondering, Dana Holgorsen, his name's still being floated out there. If he comes in, if he joins the Nebraska staff, is it senior offensive analyst?
See, that would have to be
I know
the
your
role
thoughts,
right now.
Holgorsen.
Right. My thought was QB and OC, at least co. But it seems like that's off the table. If Holgorsen is going to join Nebraska's staff, either it's going to be like running backs coach or receivers coach at this point, and I don't know if Nebraska is going to move on from EJ Barthel or Garrett McGuire. So that leads you to believe that if Dana Holgerson were to join Nebraska's coaching staff, either there's something in the works with the NCAA where you can add another assistant coach, and that's where Nebraska chooses to go, or it's as an analyst, which wouldn't be unheard of, right? We see coaches that get fired kind of take that year in residency almost, right, to be an analyst, where they stay in the game. There's less pressure on them in terms of their responsibility on the field. I think Dana Holgerson is a good enough coach that someone will want him as a quarterbacks coach, as an offensive coordinator, maybe a lower level group of 5 head coach again. But maybe he just want a year off to reassess. Maybe he doesn't like the offers he's getting now outside of, maybe Nebraska. So yes, if Dana Holgerson is still in the cards for Nebraska, I don't know what else it would be unless there are some more dominoes to fall.
How old is Dana Holgerson? I guess that's a question that I should have
not
looked up.
overly,
because I was going to say
Dana's
maybe
52.
just once, maybe, and then Matt Rule's 49. No. Yeah, 49,
48. Sorry, coach.
I was going to say that's, maybe as that senior help, not senior, that sounds bad. As that
he's not even AARP
I know. Well, we're talking
Rico.
we're talking about senior offensive analysts. So that's what I was getting with, going for. But just as like the teacher of sorts, and he's not even that young. Matt Rule is a head coach, but I'm just trying to think of what the role would be, what you would think of with Dana Holgerson as a senior offensive analyst, just kind of sitting back, and maybe that counts as in, it's obviously not an off year because you're still working, but I don't know what all goes into a senior offensive analyst job, to sit there and assist in the offense and let Satterfield know maybe, hey, this is what I would do. This is what I've done at my stops. Maybe you should look into doing this, maybe helping out Matt Rule in deciding where, this guy's skill set would fit better. Instead of you have him at tight end, maybe you put him at a outside receiver. Maybe you throw him in the slot. He's a little faster. I don't know. Just some weird things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's provide expertise. It's I would assume that'd be more of a big picture kind of role, more scheme based, with maybe some outside, like, hey, I'm noticing this in quarterback X's throwing motion. Here's a drill that helped this other quarterback I worked with. The other example that really comes to mind for me is Gary Patterson, right? That's a guy who left TCU and immediately went to be a senior defensive analyst at Texas. Wildly accomplished head coach. Built TCU.
He has a statue outside the
Has a
stadium.
statue outside the stadium.
And they forced him out.
Right. Had job offers, or is at least being talked about for some jobs, but didn't take him, right? He remained at Texas kind of in that analyst role. Not on the field, not doing anything major, but just behind the scenes. So that's what I assume Dana Holgerson would do. I'm also a little surprised Josh Martin is remaining. I would have thought he would have had a job offer somewhere, but I think that's a good job of being able to retain him. I think that's big for Nebraska to keep him around. I like Martin. I like the work he did. Again, add Glenn Thomas with college, NFL, and specifically Matt Rule experience on top of that. I think you can start to see the outlines of Nebraska's true initial plan coming to fruition, right? Because of the wrench thrown in there with not being able to get Jake Peets back as quarterback coach, it being pretty late, no one wanting to jump on that quick before spring ball. Then Satterfield slides into that role. The Wager situation, Martin, taking his position,
close to the season starting, and you're having to make some more changes, and then depending on how different the coaching was, it just kind of threw, a massive wrench into things. But now you're seeing the bones of what Nebraska and what Rule wants to get done. Hopefully, you would think so. Kind of coming to fruition, like you were saying.
Right. I'm saying just at least on an organizational level, I think this is more of the outline that Matt Rule thought he was going to have going into last year.
Look, it's an exciting time, especially with the videos coming out of Hawaii, watching what Dylan Raiola is able to do. Now, when he comes back, he'll have somebody to work with has experience again at the NFL ranks, who can prepare him for getting ready for that next level. Dylan Raiola, if anybody was watching the clips that were posted by a lot of people from the Polynesian Bowl out in Hawaii, won the long toss. Only player to throw over 70 yards, threw on 72 yards in the air. Obviously, because the wide receivers weren't catching him. 72 yards. You got to feel good about that coming into next season. The long ball is possibly back to Nebraska in a hopefully consistent. If you watch his high school tape, one of the, he's accurate with that long ball. And you got a couple weapons out there. You got a Jalen Lloyd. You got a Malachi Coleman. Oh, by the way, you added Jamal Banks. Exciting times for Nebraska's offense. Hopefully we see, defense just come back and do what they were doing last year.
Right. I think that's going to be interesting to see if Marcus Satterfield keeps a similar kind of chuck and duck plan, right? There wasn't a lot of intermediate stuff being run by Nebraska
not really.
to any success.
But was that by design because of the potential possible limitations that your quarterbacks had in accuracy? Like, Harbaugh has a strong arm. We all knew that. We knew that when he came out of Kearney Catholic. Dude has a strong arm. But the accuracy was a little bit of an issue.
I think it has to do with both the quarterbacks and the receivers, right? It's easy to go deep, just be fast, right? Get off your press coverage, get that step, run. I think it's easy to be good close to the line of scrimmage too, right? Just beat the jam, make one guy miss, you're in open space. But it takes quarterbacks being able to layer some of those throws in, hit you on time, on target, in stride. It's that intermediate area where you need to be a technician, but you also have to be kind of athletically gifted as well to get the most out of those routes, on top of that being a tough throw for quarterback, right? It should be easy to complete those quick, close to the line of scrimmage throws. It should be easier to, hey, where's the safety? Does my guy have leverage on the cornerback? I'm going to just throw it far, try to get it up in the air, let him run underneath it. Those middle area throws, intermediate throws, where sometimes you have to zip it, sometimes you have to touch it, you have to lead them, but not too far. Those are tougher throws to make, but they're the most important throws because attacking the middle of the defense is the best thing you can do.
Completely agree with you. You know what? We should have you break down some more quarterback play.
Here's the thing. I am extremely fortunate and blessed to sit in with DP&J for 2 hours. So I'd like to think I'm learning at least a little bit.
Just a smidge?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have you break down a little bit of quarterback play when we come up, because Nebraska offered a 2025 quarterback out of the state of Pennsylvania. 4-star quarterback out of there. Earned 4 offers, 3 Power 5 offers over the course of 3 days. So his stock is rising. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we come back to the happy hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If Ewers throws that ball to the front pylon, Texas might have tied that game up and had a chance to win it.
That moment right there, it's one of those moments that every young man dreams about. There's two outcomes in that moment. You're a gamer or you tense up.
You're a gamer or you're a goner.
Or you're a goner.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's Cheese Spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's Cheese Spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's Cheese Spread today at your local grocery store.
If your home heating system is making strange noises or just doesn't work like it should, call your friends at Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Sign up for Bryant's exclusive ESP service protection plan. You'll get twice annual complete and thorough service on all brands, and you'll never pay overtime charges on evenings, weekends, or holidays. Schedule your heating check today and ask about Bryant's ESP plan to save money. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
I'm Christy. I used to smoke cigarettes. I had smoker's cough and severe shortness of breath, and I knew I had to quit. Then I tried e-cigarettes, but I just ended up using both. I really didn't start to get better until I quit smoking completely. My tip to you is just cutting down on the number of cigarettes you smoke isn't enough.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the Happy Hour. 93.7 The Ticket. We've got an unexpected guest, a little earlier than normal, but it's all good. We would not turn him away for the world.
You're still in my music.
No, I'm not.
That's
This
a
is
fact.
ours. This has been ours for quite some time.
Still in all my beats, my boy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Eric Strickland joins us.
I have to get on Rico today, man. It's a Rico. Get on Rico day.
Calm down, Hollywood.
You know that was a nickname of mine in high school.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
I swear to you.
Dang.
Ask next. I've got to have him on the show sometime. Kenya Crandall.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya Crandall was a Benson Bunny. He won a state championship with them. I want to say in '92. And Kenya, I mean, even to this day, he still calls me that.
Still calls you Hollywood?
Yeah. because they always their thing. All of my high school buddies, their thing was, oh, Strick, he's just trying to put on a show.
Yeah, that makes
Which
sense.
is hilarious because you're the defensive bulldog, right? You're laying the wood in football. You're locking up. I feel like Hollywood's like a diva skill position guy.
Yeah,
and that's not you.
No, not at all. And that's what was crazy.
Not in the slightest. Not a diva at all.
No. So like, no. The reason is right. So like, just say you go into a gym and there's nobody in there. You're working your butt off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but when people showed up in the gym, I used to go to another level. Jumping, shooting, taking you to the rack, defending you. It would go to a whole nother level. So
like, I want everybody to see this. Yeah. All the work that I put in the dark gym, I need you to see it now.
Yeah.
You all showed up, you turn the lights on. Well, guess what? Let's go.
No, that's only speculation. They haven't told me, but that's what I believe it comes from.
Yeah, I don't think it was that.
Yeah,
I don't think
I got all kinds of nicknames. E-Bone, like E-Bone, Stricky, Hollywood, Strychnine. Now my Mavericks brothers call me Strychnine because Strychnine. He's like, I used to kill him softly or slowly.
Yeah. You know, if you would have played in LA and you wore number 19, they would have called you Strick 19.
Yeah,
because the area.
Yeah.
Just for anybody that didn't catch on to that, I thought it was clever. I thought of that right now.
What's going on, guys? Man, I mean, no snow angels for my boy. I've been trying to get him to do snow angels for about 2 days now, but they haven't stepped up. They haven't stepped up and got it done yet.
What was he supposed to do to get the snow angels?
We need 50 followers to @OnTheBlock937.
What are you at?
We are
30 something,
sitting at 34 right now.
Come on, people, what are you doing? I know there's more of you listening.
The snow's going away, so
yeah,
it's about a wrap.
If you want to see, if you want to see Austin jump into that pile of snow right there, get on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream.
Today's
Facebook,
the
YouTube,
last
Twitch,
day.
Twitter, Allo Channel 961. You can see the snow pile. If you want him to jump into that and make a snow angel, you have to follow. Say it again.
@OnTheBlock937 on Twitter.
Today's the last day. I've given everybody a chance.
And if you want to see me do it, you got to get my Twitter to 1950. I'm at 1,939 followers right now. 1950, I'll jump in that pile of snow. I'll make a snow angel.
And nobody needs to follow Strick. He's got enough. He's popular enough as it is. Follow the rest of us.
At Radio Rico AC.
Y'all are stupid.
Please and thank you. Strick don't need no more.
Classic day today.
But you want to know what's going on today?
What's going on, man?
Nebraska hired a quarterbacks coach. We talked about that in the first segment. I'm sure you guys will get to it.
Glenn Thomas.
It's not who we thought it was going to be.
It is not who we thought it was going to be.
So I would love to get your thoughts on the Sauter Heyman text line and what you think about it on the block next segment, 402-464-5685. I really want to know. I really hoped it was the last guy. What's his name? Gosh darn it. Holgerson.
Dana Holgerson. I had no idea where you were going with that. I only had one name in mind. I was hoping I was right. Dana Holgerson. Yeah, the former Houston head coach.
Yeah, I was hoping it was him. I think
they're still talking with him. But he'd probably be as an
an
analyst at this point. Yeah.
No, are you happy? Are you guys happy with at this point? Like, I'm not trying to negate anything. I'm just throwing out there. I'm spitballing. But are you guys happy with Satterfield?
I mean, it's only been a year, and there were glimpses of what the offense could be. I don't think it's fair to judge him off of that 1 year because you saw what he had at quarterback to work with. He started having to work with freshman wide receivers who maybe weren't fully knowledgeable on the playbook and didn't know exactly what they were going to do. And that's just speculation. I don't know if they were or not. I'm sure they did their work, but maybe they weren't completely ready for the college game yet. Offensive line was solid enough. Running backs, you lose your top two running backs a couple of games into the season. They were working with a patchwork offense. So I don't think it's fair to judge him off of that one season.
Before you answer, I'll just say the reason for me, then I want you to answer. The reason for me had to do with the creativity, knowing what you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I always stated is I wanted to see more misdirections. I wanted to see, instead of allowing linebackers and safeties and cornerbacks to get easy reads or to have their eyes just be able to tell them something that they can jump or
mm-hmm.
get up on a route or anything like that. I wanted to just see creativity. I wanted to see some misdirections. Like, for example, there was a weak side. What game was it? Oh gosh, just recently. I can't remember the exact game, but anyway, there was a flow left. It was everything flowing left to include the line, and the routes from the wide receivers, the weak side tight end, were all on a bootleg rollout to the left. And the tight end did a wheel route going weak side, and he was literally wide open. No, but it's just an eye trick. Safeties, when they see flow, they're designed, because I played to flow with. And so everything in their eyes took them one way, and this slight wheel route out the weak side, it looked like he was going to block initially a weak side backer, and he just wheeled out wide open. I mean, I'm not saying that Satterfield needed to, I'm just saying that's the type of stuff that I wanted to see from him, being that you had limitations at the quarterback position. You didn't have any, one level, A1 receivers. Your tight end was, hit and miss, no accuracy. So you wanted to get things to where you could have more just easier dink and dump throws.
That kind of goes into the misdirection, and all of that would kind of tie in with the youth of the wide receivers and the lack of accuracy from the quarterbacks, where maybe they weren't fully. I mean, they were getting Jeff Sims ready to be the day one starter. He's going to be the starter for the entire season. Things didn't work out. He ended up getting hurt. You end up going with Harburg. But maybe the inexperience of wide receiver, they were running the simple plays because they didn't want to overcomplicate things for these guys, because maybe, and again, speculation, they weren't fully knowledgeable on the playbook, and they hadn't gotten to the trick plays quite yet, or not trick plays, but hadn't gotten to the more complicated routes quite yet.
Yes and yes, because I don't think we've seen enough of Satterfield. I think he could have done more last year, and I'd love to, again, kind of be a fly on the wall for the rationale as to why. I think there are two schools of thought, and I can understand the argument either way. The first school of thought is, if you don't have a guy, a stud to prop your offense up on the one hand, it's a disadvantage, right? Everyone wants a star. A Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, a Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, Adunze, anyone like that to throw to, right? That would have gone a long ways. Nebraska didn't have one of those. The disadvantage is you don't have one of those guys. You don't know who you're going to in those clutch moments. The advantage is the defense doesn't either, right? So I think there could have been a more concerted effort to take more teams by surprise. Oh, they went to this guy in this situation. We didn't see that coming. I think that's a little next levels thinking. I think it's some kind of galaxy brain sometimes. It's feel for the game, right? Of putting yourself not just in your own shoes, but understanding your team, your players, your concepts so well by Tuesday or Wednesday that Thursday and Friday is, how do we attack their defense? What are their concepts? What are they coached to do? How do we subvert their expectations? I don't know if there was always a lot of that. And I think that some of that is the youth, right? You don't want to throw too much on them, but is there a way for the coaches to do that extra legwork and communicate that back in a simple way to the players? I think there could have been more. The other thing is, do you keep it simple, try to get their feet under them, get good at the basic stuff before you move on to anything more advanced? Or do you pull out all the stops with a young crew, try to get extra creative, and then take your chances like that, right? I don't think like option routes for running back. I don't think some of that weak side leak action like you talked about. I don't think that should be too complicated for guys to get a grasp of, right? Yeah. Again, if you're playing college football, even as a freshman, you haven't done it in high school before, if you know what your responsibility is on a play, just go do your responsibility on a play. Maybe it's not that simple, but I can see both sides of it. But ultimately I fall on, I didn't love what I saw from Satterfield. I don't know if those are reasons or excuses that we're throwing out there. I'm fine with giving him another shot, but I hope that if things don't improve, and here's the thing, it's hard to go down. It's hard for the offense to be worse, but it's less for me about the hard, raw stats and numbers than it is the process, the creativity, the are we putting guys in position to succeed consistently? If that doesn't improve, as loyal as Matt Rule wants to be, he has to know that loyalty is a good thing, but can also be a blind spot. He can't stick with something that's not working too long.
I mean, you just brought in a guy who is your quarterback's coach who has also been an offensive coordinator at multiple different spots. So if things don't go well, you know that you have somebody else on the staff who has done it before and is pretty comfortable and knows exactly what you want because he's coached with you at 2 different stops. So there is that going on there. Speaking of quarterbacks, speaking of offenses, Nebraska with a new quarterback offer today. We'll go today.
Yesterday. Mm-hmm.
As they offer a quarterback for the 2025 class out of the state of Pennsylvania, and his name is
Matt Zollers.
Is it Zollers or Zollers? Zollers. I've been saying Zollers.
Matty Z.
We'll go Matt Z. Matt Z out of Pennsylvania, 2025 quarterback, 4-star, number 8 in the class, I believe is what it was. Number 3 prospect in the state of Pennsylvania. He is quickly rising through the ranks as he has gotten 3 offers, 2 offers from Big Ten schools, 3 offers from Power 5 schools in the past 3 days. He's
added
also
Missouri today even.
Okay, there you go. Another one. Got offers from Michigan State, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Virginia Tech. Got an offer from East Carolina the other day as well. Nebraska, Missouri, quickly rising through the ranks. Matt Z, in his junior campaign, threw for 2,917 yards, 37 touchdowns, and I know that the Husker fans are going to love this number, only 2 interceptions in his entire junior season. Listed as more of a pocket passer, does have some legs on him as he ran 67 times for 431 yards and 7 touchdowns. Matty Z getting the offer from Nebraska after Alex Mansky, a quarterback, 3-star quarterback in the state of Iowa. Nebraska's still, going after him. I believe, if I read it correctly, is on a visit to Texas A&M. And then Stone Saunders, their other 2025 quarterback that they were pursuing earlier during the season, has committed to Kentucky a few months ago. So he's just kind of out of the picture. I'm sure that they're still keeping tabs on him just in case, because you never know. You don't want to burn those bridges. But 2025 quarterback out of Pennsylvania. Any thoughts on Matty Z's, at least his stat line? I know you were looking at a little bit of film, Austin.
Yeah, numbers are good. Numbers are solid. I was big on the Stone Saunders hype train in terms of the 2025 quarterback out of Pennsylvania, but that has gone nowhere. He's kind of fallen off the radar. So
he took like 4 visits in a month.
Right.
Like he was just coming to Nebraska every other weekend.
Pretty much. Right. Zollers, Matty Z intrigues me because, again, listed as a guy with, pocket passer traits, but you pull up his highlights, and the first thing that you see is him keeping it on a zone read and running like 55, 60 yards for a touchdown. Dude's got legs, has a good arm. The deeper shots, like, he really has to put his whole body into. Like
6'3", 205.
Right. So motion looks pretty good, can throw on the run. Terrible safety play going on up in Pennsylvania. There are some reads that I don't think will be there in Big Ten play like they were in high school.
You know what he's recruiting the safeties he's playing against?
Maybe they are, but I would say they got some work to do. Yeah, he seems good, seems fine. Again, a guy that's a year away from committing or being to campus in the 2025 class. I don't have much of an opinion on him, but why not?
Hey, another high-level quarterback according to the rankings. Like I said, 8th quarterback in the class. He is a 4-star. So Nebraska looking to keep going with high-level quarterbacks after they get Dylan Raiola and Daniel Kalen in this class. But look, man, it's going to be interesting what they do at the quarterback position going forward, because as of right now, you get your quarterbacks coach, but as of right now, you have 2 true freshmen and 3 walk-ons in the quarterback room. And yeah, well, I also forgot Hendrick Harbrick, so you got a junior.
Right.
Junior?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a sophomore, I think, this year.
Yeah.
He's a junior.
So you've got a junior quarterback who, again, look, to me, more of an athlete. I'd find a way to get him on the field.
Find a way.
But not at the quarterback position.
Find a way.
That's not taking anything away from what he did. He won some games for Nebraska. He won all of the games that Nebraska won last year were games that he started. So he did his thing last year, but to me, less of a quarterback, more of an athlete. But coming up next, we're going to keep this crew together. A little bit of a crossover action. We'll talk about the NFL playoffs, the matchups coming up, what happened. I don't want to get too deep because I'm sure you guys will get into it as well. But you're listening to Happy Hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
If your home heating system is making strange noises or just doesn't work like it should, call your friends at Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Sign up for Bryant's exclusive ESP service protection plan. You'll get twice annual complete and thorough service on all brands, and you'll never pay overtime charges on evenings, weekends, or holidays. Schedule your heating check today and ask about Bryant's ESP plan to save money. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf. Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's cheese spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's cheese spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's cheese spread today at your local grocery store.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but it will be very cold. We'll see a high of just 9. Tonight, mainly clear. That cold will stick around. overnight low around 7. And tomorrow we'll see mainly sunny skies to start, becoming partly sunny for the afternoon. See a high around 21. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team needs you at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, January 21st against the Purdue Boilermakers. The duel will begin at 1 p.m., and the first 200 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling blanket. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I don't believe you people.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Huh?
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the crossover, ladies and gentlemen. This is the close to the end of the happy hour here with the On the Block crew, as one of them was with me through the entire show and the other one was with us halfway through to the end of the show. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland. Gentlemen, it's been a good day.
Sorry, not sorry for hijacking your show.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah, we totally just the takeover.
I'm good with it because look, I'll be leaving here shortly in about an hour, and then tomorrow I won't be on the show. It'll be Austin, and if you want to do it, you guys can just get 3 hours of On the Block. But I'm gonna have Bach come in here and help out Austin tomorrow as we have some Supernova's duties tomorrow.
That's right.
Hey, you said duties.
Duties. some Supernova duty. Okay. Anyways,
did the playoffs? Did it work out the way that you kind of envisioned it so
the
far?
NFL playoffs? No.
As it felt, no.
No, I thought Cleveland would beat Houston, and I thought that the Eagles.
Yeah,
would
because
beat
you
Tampa.
hate.
CJ Stroud.
You don't like CJ Stroud.
Career loser CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can call him that anymore.
No.
Well, it's only one playoff game. I can still call him that.
There's some crazy stats about just playoff history. Just some crazy numbers. Just when you look at it, it's like you kind of grab your head and it's like it's about to explode. There's just so much. Like
Joe
with the
Flacco
Cowboys,
was 5-0. Joe Flacco was 5-0 in the wild card round, undefeated in the wild card round, and was one win away from tying Brady for most playoff wins all time.
Yeah,
don't think about that.
No.
The Kansas City Chiefs had a sub 500 record in playoff games in Patrick Mahomes' career. Before Patrick Mahomes got there, the Chiefs were under 500 in playoff games in their history. They are now back to even at 500.
Wow.
This is also the first time that Patrick Mahomes is playing on the road in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Outside of neutral site Super Bowl, but
Now,
true road game.
That's going to be interesting to watch because that matchup, whenever it's happened down in, is it still
City.
Arrowhead? It's not Arrowhead. It's still Arrowhead?
It's at Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay, I knew it was some
It's like
weird that
government
changed.
employee health something.
Whenever the Bills and them got together, it just didn't work in the favor of the Bills. Now they get a chance to do it in their building. Now this is what's going to be interesting to see how it pans out.
So if you remember the Bills complaining about the overtime rules and getting that switched where the first team to score a touchdown in overtime doesn't win, now both teams get a chance to score. people are wondering what would happen if it goes to overtime, the Bills score, and then because of the change in the rules, the Chiefs go down, score, and make the 2-point conversion and win the game. And that would be hilarious. I would laugh.
That would be
very hard if that happened.
Is that what would that be called? Is that called irony or satire? What is it? Irony?
Karma?
What would that be called? Sutter Hammer text line, help me. Whenever that happens, something like that, where something happens to you, because it happened to you, the rule gets changed, but then it happens to you upon the change of whatever the rule was that happened to you. Ooh,
Whatever,
that was kind of weird. That sounded kind
You
of.
want to go through that one more time?
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said.
Okay. What is it called when something happens to you and a rule changes because of what happened to you, and it goes on to happen to you after the rule that was changed that happened to you?
So you're saying like
I still have no idea what you just said.
So I think I'm picking up. Like the Saints-Rams pass interference thing.
Yeah.
That rule got changed. The Josh Allen not getting a shot in overtime, then they lose in overtime, even though they had a possession, that sort of thing. I think that's just ironic.
It's ironic.
I think so.
Okay.
Is that ironic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to know what it's called.
Okay. My biggest surprise from Wild Card Weekend.
What is it?
The Bucks destroying the Eagles.
I think I kind of saw that coming.
Did you? I didn't see the. First off, I didn't see the win coming. I'm not even going to pretend to say that I did, but I definitely didn't see, if it was going to be a Bucks win, I didn't see the way that they won coming.
Who sung the song, I'm on a highway to hell?
AC/DC.
AC/DC? Okay. That's what it's been like for the Eagles for the last 7 weeks.
10-1. They started the season.
They're on a highway to hell.
How? With the amount of talent that they have amassed in Philadelphia, you lose 6 of
Was
your
it because
last
of AJ
7?
Brown?
No, even with AJ Brown, they still the offense was just the way that the Bucks were just sending blitz after blitz after blitz at Jalen,
Which is
Hurts,
unusual for them because they're usually a Tampa 2 style.
and they made 0 adjustments to fix that to help their offensive line have their running backs pick up any of the blitzes, and he's just under pressure. They said the average time after the first half and a little bit into the third quarter, his average time to throw was 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He had
They
no
did
time.
something unusual. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to throw wrinkles at people, in unusual situations.
I mean, the Bucks had the utmost confidence in their corners.
Then it's adjustment.
You're going man. All right.
Yeah.
We're blitzing. You're on your islands.
Which with that receiving core is
scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just nuts. Levante David gets another victory in the playoffs.
Heck yes, he does.
Shout out to him. Who was what was the biggest surprise for you so far?
The biggest surprise to me was the margin that the Packers beat the Cowboys by. I did see the Bucks winning. I did call that a couple days ago. And the margin kind of surprising. But Eagles, I think, were in 1-2-3 Cancun mode almost as much as the Dolphins were. I think the Eagles had less of an excuse for that. But
I mean, hell, if I was the Dolphins in Kansas City, I'd have been wanting to go to Cancun.
Straight off the plane. Like, okay, I'll return to exit meetings in a week. I'll see y'all.
I need to warm up.
Straight to Cancun.
Yeah.
See our boy Nick Sainer.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Nick did yesterday?
No.
So I was away from my phone and Nick texted me a picture from the resort. He said Bobby Witt sighting. Like, okay. So
Exact face sighting.
I click on the picture. I'm like, where's Bobby Witt? Not in the picture. So either Nick mistook someone in the picture for Bobby Witt, thought he saw Bobby Witt Sr., who I did not see in the picture, or he was completely in the tank.
He was straight on the Tequila.
My man was in the tank.
Yeah, he was on Tequila.
Gonzo.
He was
Nick
straight
a Tequila guy?
hallucinating.
I don't think so. Well, he was talking about rum. So,
okay. Well, it's in the category.
although, I mean, Mexico, you got to drink tequila, right?
I think. Listen, okay.
They got the good
have I
stuff.
told you that story?
You have.
Have I told you that story?
Maybe. Feel free to tell again, though.
No, I could not stand tequila. Like, if someone says we're drinking tequila, there's only a couple tequilas that I can drink. One is Sincora. And I want to say that was something that Michael Jordan came up with. Sincora. That was one of the only tequilas that I could drink. I can't drink the Don Julio or any of the
Cuervo,
other stuff. I no
1890.
none of even 1890. No, I could only drink Sincora, and that's with like some lime juice and pineapple. Okay, I go down to Mexico. We're in Cabo San Lucas. We're having a great time. We go to this authentic tequila shop, and I'm like, why are we going in here? And so they're going in there, and they have these taste testers, and they're like, everybody's just going in. They're like, you want to try it? You want to try it? Bow, bow. They're taking them back. I'm like, well, I'm just sitting there. Hey, you want one, Eric? No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. And all I see is tequila. Like, there's nothing else. I'm like, no, I'm good. So then the guy says, no, you should have a test. You should have a test. I said, okay, I'll just do a try. I literally took a sip of that, and I was hooked because it was so good that you can literally sip it like a cognac just by itself. Like, you don't even need, and it was so smooth and rich. And I was surprised because all the other tequilas I drink give me hair on my chest and my hair sticks up and I ain't got none. So I bought 8 bottles.
Dang, Stricky.
Tricky was feeling good.
I bought 8 bottles, bro.
He said, I like this. I need it.
I packed them up and brought 8 back. And
How'd
I
TSA
told
let
one of
that
my
happen?
boys.
Did you drive?
Well, I think you can distribute 4. I had a friend with me. Friend. And
this man said
4
friend.
4 for the friend and 4 for me. So I was able to bring it back. Now, one of my friends loves tequila. Oh, man, it ain't no 1890. It ain't. He's telling me all the top of the line tequila.
Top of it.
And I'm like, man, listen, try this, and I guarantee you'll think all of that is terrible. So I gave him a bottle.
Crash.
He's like, when you going back?
He said, here's my credit card.
Yeah.
Just max it out.
Bring some of that. Yeah. It was that good. Now, I'm talking authentic Mexican tequila. I'm not talking about that Cuervo Gold or no. Because, they told the story. They're like, no, that stuff is not really from here. Like, some of the places make some of that stuff there, like Patron, but it's not with, like, I guess, agave, and they don't enrich it as much or something, and they send it back, and they just basically throw it in the stores.
Yeah. Okay. My first legal drink was tequila in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. We went down there for my parents' 25th anniversary, which
You
would have
were
been
how old?
20.
Legal.
Yeah, down there it's certain.
Yeah,
it's certain
legal. Right. Yeah, that was my first drink.
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. I literally did not know the order in which to do a tequila shot. If it was the tequila and then the lime, or the lime first.
Well,
so your boy struggled.
Hey,
it was not a pretty sight.
So me, tequila is a night ender for me.
It's a night ender.
It's a night ender. If I take, because I can't get the taste out of my mouth.
I have to be honest. I'm going to be honest because I love 93.7 The Ticket listeners. And this is why I'm going to be honest today. If you were a bouncer back in the day when Stricky was in school, and that's probably not any of you because, Stricky's a little old. But let me tell you this. I had the greatest fake ID on earth. I was in there.
Hey,
at 19.
Statute of limitations
Hit the music.
is passed.
Hit the music.
Statute of limitations is passed.
It's passed.
Can't let you incriminate yourself.
I
Friend.
had the greatest fake ID ever.
You got 50 seconds.
Because it was me. It was my name, my face, me. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Just change 2 little numbers.
There's a few number changes.
What's coming up on the show?
We'll dive into Stricky's tequila stories and which bars he got into the most in college. I'm kidding. We won't do that. Jim Harbaugh in Michigan at a contract impasse. Who leaked that? Was it Michigan? Was it Harbaugh? We'll dive into that. CBS Sports graded first-year college head football coaches. Where does Matt Rule fall? Coach Prime, some other guys. NFL headlines, NFC quarterbacks and AFC quarterbacks, 2 wildly different fields. Do the Bears draft Caleb Williams, trade out? And is Matthew Stafford the NFL's Hakeem Olajuwon?
Interesting.
I want to know about that. I'm going to ask you about that.
All right. Well, you can hear all of that up next on the block. Adios. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
I'm Christy. I used to smoke cigarettes. I had smoker's cough and severe shortness of breath, and I knew I had to quit. Then I tried e-cigarettes, but I just ended up using both. I really didn't start to get better until I quit smoking completely. My tip to you is just cutting down on the number of cigarettes you smoke isn't enough.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The